An international report on gang violence in Trinidad and Tobago released last week claims that gangs in Trinidad and Tobago have become a law unto themselves. However, Minister of National Security Gary Griffith says the report only reaffirms his zero-tolerance stance on gangs in this country. Peter Christopher has more.
The report, posted by the Council of Hemispheric Affairs last Friday, titled Gangs Are the New Law in Urban Trinidad and Tobago, posts damning statistics about the recent crime upsurges in this country. The report quoted a study done by Georgia State University's International Criminal Justice Review, which said 81% of gang members questioned in a survey done by the group reported that their gangs held regular meetings, as opposed to the significantly lower 50% of their U.S. counterparts. The report also found that most gang members had at least a high school education, while several gangs also had legitimate business ties. When contacted about the report, Minister of National Security Gary Griffith reaffirmed his stance that there should be no government funding to gang leaders.
And also for us not to be indirectly aiding and abetting these criminal elements by providing them with state contracts. These state contracts, these projects have not been used in the right manner, and if it is that we have to take it away from these gangs and do a proper audit to ensure that the funds that have been allocated for these social projects are given to the right individuals, well then so be it. But we cannot continue to turn a blind eye, bury our heads in the sand, and pretend that this does not exist.
Making reference to recent crimes such as the murder of Michael Piper, who was found beheaded on Nelson Street, and the shooting death of Christopher Graves by police, the report seeks to portray the inability of local law enforcement to curb the growing criminal gang activity in the country. The article also raised questions about the effectiveness of the Anti-Gang Act. However, Minister Griffith, who compiled research for the act, defended the legislation.
It has to do with providing that deterrent for the gangs. The whole concept of this legislation is to dismantle the gangs, not showing success by ensuring the persons are found guilty based on the act. When gangs are dismantled, then the individuals work as a silo, and by doing that, it makes it easier for the law enforcement agencies to successfully apprehend these individuals.
The lack of faith in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service was also a talking point in the report, which has been shared on several online newspapers and via social media. All these factors, including the failure of social programs such as the URP, according to the report, suggested that gangs had more control over the country than the government. Peter Christopher, Cnews.